Welcome to part 17. Just to prove my point, because the last two streams was broken, you see on the side, the browser is working. So I hope this will stay this way. I also prepared a backup, so in case it doesn't work again, we should be fine today. Cool, yeah. So last time we had a bit of technical issues. We actually wanted to work on the Nomi already, which is this little tiny screen that goes in front of the stealth burner, or like behind the stealth burner. The goal basically today is to customize the firmware of this little guy, because by default you see it on the side there, it's a red interface, but there's no red on this printer. So we need to customize it to make it yellow, orange, something that fits the color scheme. So that's kind of like step one, is to do the firmware on this one, because like once we installed everything, we cannot access the USB port anymore that's on the back. So there's like this little teeny tiny USB-C port here that sends out. And yeah, so basically we need to do the firmware first, then we do the physical installation, which should be quite quick, I guess. Yeah, so I'll do that first while we still have working screen sharing in case it breaks later on. And then basically we need to clean up a little bit from what we did not do last stream. So last stream we also ended on not only technical issues, but we also had some problems with the camera setup. And I quickly wanted to roll, or like to just like explain what happened there, because I figured out what was wrong. So the root cause was basically that at some point I installed Fluid as a second interface next to mainsail. And Fluid was running on port 8080 for reasons. And for more reasons, the interface of Fluid didn't show up. So if you remember, when we opened the port 8080, or like /webcam, we had a completely white screen. And that was actually Fluid that was proxied through the reverse proxy of Moonraker, but it was somehow broken. The error messages from Crow's Nest were not super helpful. So basically how I actually found out about what was the issue is I tried to run Camera Streamer, like one of the two camera software thingies that Crow's Nest uses internally. I was just running it directly, and this tool then told me that the port was already taken. And then it took me like a second to figure out what took the port, because like even if I restarted the machine, no wonder it was always taking again. So yeah, that was that part. So the software side works, but I'm not happy with the entire setup. So I actually did order another camera, because the camera I'm having at the moment can't use WebRTC, and I'm not going to use JPEG like a caveman. And I'm also quite happy with the cable setup. So basically last stream I mentioned that the cable was working, the cable we painstakingly soldered, but actually turned out that my fears were true. I totally forgot about that. Let me quickly, I wanted to have that ready to show, but let me just drop that in here. Can I drop multiple pictures in here? Yes, maybe, not sure. But yeah, so this is basically how the picture turned out from the cable we soldered. So you just see like there's tons of interference. So it was like quite bad, but so it ranged from this bad to this bad. So you see like all the dots here. So it's just like not a nice picture. Yeah, and basically like, as you moved the cable, that shifted. So it was classical interference. So that was a bummer, because like from the stills image, I didn't see that initially. So yeah, not sure. But what it then ended up doing, I kind of patched it up, but I was using now, and we still have to like route the cable properly. But I'm using now HDMI. Sorry. We're using now HDMI cable here. This one is, as HDMI cables go, it's very thick and stiff. So this is like a very non-perfect solution. But yeah, that was the HDMI cable I had to like salvage. But yeah, basically the difference between the cable we did, I'm not sure if I have it somewhere, and the HDMI cable, of course, is that this one is shielded, so we don't have the interference issue. Yeah, so I just soldered everything again on both sides. So yay, that was fun, but actually like it went quite a bit quicker because I just figured out a little bit more how to do it quickly. Basically the trick is to have, I'm not having like I'm very unprepared as always. Like if you have the ends of the cables and you just put them next to each other and plug them into the thingies, you can just directly quickly measure what goes where, which speeds up everything a lot. But yeah, let me show you the camera. So this very weird contraption is the camera. And it might look weird from... Oh no, the camera is a bit loose. Okay, we can deal with that. Looks like a really weird contraption, but I kind of like the setup. And even with the new camera, we will keep this setup basically. So the cable runs now back here, goes in here, and then like through the cable chain to the bottom. And we still have to wire it in the underdeck thing. But basically, this contraption here is our adapter board and the camera. I just created small housing all around that. I don't expect anyone to use it. It's a horrible solution. Don't use it. But that houses the adapter and the webcam, and then basically we plug in the plug we made, and it just goes down there. This is quite a good angle actually. So initially I was a bit initially before I had the V0, I was not a big fan of having the camera behind and looking from the back basically onto the print. But now the V0 has it set up and I'm kind of used to it, so I don't mind it. And having this on the back is much more cleaner in my opinion than having it on the front. Like in the front, like if you look at like camera solutions for Switchwires without enclosure or like Ender or something like that, it's always like really ugly, like arms arcing around the bed and like really weird solutions. And this is nice because like, I mean, you don't do anything here anyways, right? Like it doesn't interfere with anything, it's just empty space. And also on front, like it's not super clean. Like if you look at the printer from the front, you can basically, like, yes, it's there. Oh, we lost the cable cover. But like, it's not really like intrusive. Wait, let me just... But from the front, the printer looks pretty much the same. There's just like this weird thing there sticking out, but that's not something that really is concerning. Cool. Yeah, so that's kind of like the setup. So we still have to deal with this cable. But I would say like, let's do the Nomi while this one still works. I just want to quickly show you. So here, that's me in the front. And this is pretty much the angle you get. So let's quickly... just so you see how it looks when it moves. So basically you have the full width of the bed at the point where the nozzle is. And yeah, I think it's quite a good angle, to be honest. Like you see everything perfectly. It's well illuminated usually. Yeah, so that's my camera solution. I did order a new camera, and this new camera is using USB, so we don't have to deal with this like 15 different cables or 15 different wires, which also means the cable is much thinner. And this camera has an angle, how's it called? Like a field of view. That's the word. Field of view of 70 degrees, which is like quite narrow. As you can see, like we have to move it really far back here on that like stem thingy. To have the full width of the print bed. The new camera I ordered has a field of view of 105 degrees, something like that. So it's much wider. So the stem here can be much shorter, so it doesn't look as stupid. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And if that works out, then I think this would be like a really good camera solution for Switchwire. Cool. Okay, enough said. Let's focus on the Nomi. I'll just move the printer over here for now. Kind of funny to have like the different camera perspectives on this move. And let's focus on this little guy here. So I have a USB-C cable, and if I plug this in, the Nomi should come to life. Last time when I showed that the printer was off, right now it's on. So we should see exactly something happening here. So this is like the idle animation. I'm not super happy with the bubbles here on the side, but it will still keep the protective film on. But yeah, so it's like the idle state basically doing its idle thing. And yeah, so the main goal for me is to change the color. I think that's what we want to do now. Just like compile a new firmware and make this yellow. Most likely we have to try out a bit the different color options to find something that we like. And then technically, depending how well it goes, we can also swap out GIF animations. Like these are just GIFs basically. And I think they're like 5-6 different ones for different states. And technically we can swap them out. So maybe after everything is installed and everything works well, we can mess around with those. So I'm not quite sure. Maybe I can kind of position that somehow here in a way that you can see this. I just do it like this. As a reference, you have a bit of the yellow here. And then I would say, let's jump into VS Code. Or let's jump first in the browser, because we need to figure out how that works. Oh, we lost the Nomi. That works. Okay. So if we... Yes, it still works. Whew. Let's see. So if we just jump to the victory track, Nomi. Oh yeah, there's another fun thing that happened. So last week, Nomi 2 launched. And I'm with Nomi 1, so it's a kind of like... kind of like a bummer. I'm actually not sure what changed. Like now you have touch, but I'm not quite sure what's the point of having touch, to be honest. It's the same size, of course, because that's what fits in the self-printer. It's the same housing. I think hardware-wise, not much changed. The software looks a bit different, but I'm not quite sure if it's an improvement or not. I mean, now it has a full menu and stuff. Yeah, I don't need that, so I don't feel bad about not having that. This is a bummer. Because now basically we have to compile software and here you can just change it on the fly. So that's not nice. Yeah, let's see. Okay, that's just on the side. I'm not quite sure, so I'm looking for like some form of documentation. This is a folder I also have open in VS Code. Hi there, Rivonic. It's working today. We have working screen sharing. So let's just see if somebody has some instructions. Technically, we can check out the video from NewType. Let's see. I mean, this is just like the mod, but there's not instructions, right? Ah, here. Install VS Code, specify the firmware folder, edit the source, whatever you want. The desktop PC, and after, hold down the boot button until the Nomi, on the Nomi, and then release boot button when plugged in the USB-C cable. Upload VS Code. Okay, so basically we need to move it into the boot thing, state. So if I understand correctly, so basically we want to press the boot button. Oh, which is here on the side, here on top. I assume we have to press it while we plug it in. I'm still pressing it. Not sure if anything's supposed to happen. No, it doesn't boot. So I assume it's in some different mode now. Let's see. Okay, so it's just black. Then I guess let's jump to VS Code. So this is just, where are we? I looked at some things. Yeah, so this is just a normal BLTouch Nomi repository, but I was looking at something fun. So basically in the Nomi repository, there's an open pull request for the Nomi main color configuration variable, which is pretty much what we need, right? We want to change the color. So what I would do is I would just go to this gentleman's Git repository here. And with some magic, we just add that to our local thingy. You can also just directly clone that, but I now have the other one cloned. Just add that and then set git fetch colors. Oh. See, now already messed up. We of course do not want the weird path here. Okay. There we go. And then we can just check out this color settings branch. And now things should have happened. So I think if I read the description of the pull request, we now have this color settings HPP. Let's just see if we can find this. So it's here, and then basically this is red. So let's just do the following. So this is red is 2, R like red 2, G2, B2. So if we just do the last two, it should be blue instead of red. Let's just do the following. This has changed. So now we just need to figure out how to upload. So this is platform IO thingy. Like if you worked with Martin before, this is basically the same thing. I mean, this one looks like ours, to be honest. Like our Nomi. So something is there. Here's the update. I guess let's just quickly update those. We don't need Atmel, but let's go for it. Then maybe while this is updating, let's quickly Google how we do that. VS Code platform IO upload. We have it installed already. Ah, here, down there, upload. We have to upload. So down here it is built. So let's see if this builds. That would be like a fun first step. See? it's building something. Success. That's good. Then let's try to flash this here. I'm very curious if something happens now. Building in release mode. Okay. Oh, it did say connecting. Oh yeah, it detected ESP32. Okay, it's writing. It looks like it found the device, so that seems easy. I'm actually like I mentioned like last stream. I think I started dabbling with the home automation stuff, and the ESP32 boards are very handy for that seemingly. So I might do more ESP stuff in the future in some projects. I mean, this is also just the ESP32 on the back with a round screen. I'm pretty sure you can buy this like out of the box without the Nomi specific stuff. Most likely it's just like standard hardware and I didn't do anything to it. Writing 100%. Success. Okay, what now? I guess let's just unplug it and plug it back in. Oh. So far it's still red. It looks very red to me. I don't think this did much. Maybe it's because those are the GIFs. I'm not quite sure what it affected. So let's quickly let's quickly check what happens if I start a print. Doesn't have filament, nothing prepared, doesn't matter. Let's just print. Aha, here's the blue. Do you see the blue? I see blue. So basically change the fonts only. That's a bummer. But we can use it to select the color. Let's select the color with that value, and then I guess we have to recolor all the GIFs, which would kind of suck, but yeah, let's see. So hopefully it's also quicker. Let me just okay, it's of course ABS. So let me just pause that we have it like something going on here, and then I just drop the temperatures to 0 again. So technically it's printing, but it's not printing. Okay, let's jump back into VS Code. How do we pick a good color? How to do that? Just to get like a good starting point. We could take a picture of that and use a color picker from that. I would actually have something better. I mean, if I would have a camera here already, that would be very handy, right? Okay, let me move it in a way that it doesn't really annoy me while working on the computer. It's really... Ah, okay. I found the screw that was loose for the camera. Here we go. Let me just leave that here. And then let me check out what we have. So right now, it's on my screen, the color spaces and camera super inaccurate. It's 994005. So what I would do now is let's just put this exact color here. So it's 0x994005. So this should be this orange. And then let's quickly unplug this. We hold down the boot button, right? Which is a very small button. And then we plug this in. And then I'll just keep it hold. I just hold it for like another couple seconds. We know nothing happens, but okay. Here we go. Then let's press the magic button down here again. It's not fast built. Like, I'm not having a slow machine here. It's also not like really doing anything. It's quite a slow process. Oh, but now it's already linking, so it skipped the compilation basically completely. Now it's writing. Any realistic tech here? Nomi action. I already made it blue, the text, but I now sadly discovered that I have to recolor all the GIFs by hand, which is a bummer. I thought that like if I changed this main color thingy, it would just like magically color everything. Awesome, are you on the branch or with the color change PR? Yeah, exactly. That's a color change PR with this main color, but it only affects the text as far as I can tell. Okay, let's see. My main goal right now is just like to find a color that matches this yellow here. Which only reflects in the text for now, but it's fine. And then once I have a color I like, we can go through the GIFs. I mean, this is quite accurate, actually. I would like it a little bit brighter, like just a tad brighter. So basically, I just like used the color picker on my monitor and picked the color from the screen. Let's quickly. Oh, firstly, let's turn off the heaters. We don't want to print really, so. Then the color we had is this, and if we add a, here we go. So this is the color we now selected, which looks really, really dark here. But maybe if we just move it like, nope. Oh, it is not draggable. Oh, it is draggable. Oh, it's really weird. Okay, let's reset that. So this is the one we have. Did it change the loading circle color? No, it did not change the loading circle color. At least not in the boot animation. Okay. I was trying to like, yeah, let's just go for this one. So let's just copy the hex and quickly try this one. Then let's unplug this. I just pasted the color there. Pressing the boot button, plugging it in. And releasing it. The printer is very determined to print. I don't really want it to print right now. That's fine. Cool. Then let's flash that again. Like this dependency check takes forever. I don't know why it needs to do that every single time. Okay. Now the printer is pausing. All the libraries in the repo. Oh, really? They're all there? Like, I wonder what it's doing. Like, because it always says like checking dependency graph. Maybe it's like indexing the libraries or something. And also, like the upload is not tremendously fast. I guess it just takes a while with all the GIF files in there. Here we go. Waiting for success. There's success. Let's reset that. Yeah, here you see the loading circle. It's still red, but this screen I don't mind. Like this can stay as it is. Yeah. Give me text. Huh. Maybe it really needs printing. Oh, weird. Like it doesn't connect at all now. What did I do? Let's quickly restart that again. I think it's a platform IO shaking dependency from the ini file. I'm not quite sure what you mean by shaking dependencies. And now it's doing something else. I'm waiting for my text. I want to see my text, please. That's not very helpful. I think this is like the first layer. Oh, here we go. Oh, here, this one is colored. This one is colored, and I think the color is acceptable. Maybe now it's a little bit too not saturated enough. So let's just go for the middle of what we had before and what we have now. Let me just quickly add the tiers again. And let's just do one more go. No, what here? That's the step I'm wondering about. Like it says scanning dependencies. I mean, maybe it's just like, yeah, indexing the dependencies it has, like reading the header files and stuff like that. But it takes like really long. Let's see. Poor printer. Thinks it's printing, but it's not doing anything. There's no filament. But yeah, the under light I kind of like. I'm not quite sure why it's red right now. It's not supposed to be red right now, but you can't have it all, I guess. Let's something is wrong with the lights. Like we have a bit of a rainbow going on here. Like this is the correct color, the rest is not correct. Maybe the plug isn't plugged in properly or something like that. Let's ignore it, but it looks pretty cool. I like this rainbow effect on there. Is there a way to emulate a printer running Clipper so you can easily switch between modes for testing? So that's something I'm actually trying to figure out at the moment. And I think the answer is no, which is a bit of a shame. Wait, is this actually done? Yeah, it's done. I mean, for Octoprint, for example, there's a virtual printer, which is really, really cool. It's just built in Octoprint. There is from the mainsail crew this virtual clipper printer here, which is a Docker container, which is pretty cool. But as of 2022, it's no longer maintained. So I guess like for testing out stuff, it should be fine. But this is not really like production ready, I guess. But yeah, I think virtual printers are fun. Cool, yeah, here, so this is not like the screen I had before without the circle around it. I think the color is okay. I would just roll with that color for now. Like it's quite close, it's not super vibrant, but it could just be like because the black is next to it. So I think this is a good color. Then I guess the task now would be to do all the GIFs. Let me actually pause that printer here. Does it have like a visualization for paused? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, and it heated up again. Ah. Okay, let's just cancel it for now. That's fine. Cool. Okay, then let's see. I mean, the GIFs are here, but I think they're not in a plain format. So in the source code, yeah, here's this gif.h file. And the GIF, where are those? The GIFs are available from the docs. Okay. Let's see then the documentation. Customize UI. Here we go. 17 customizable GIFs. So we can download them. And here we can modify. Let's see. Let's see what this does. But this is only like resizing, right? So if I quickly unpack that. So if I do something here, let's just pick something random after printing. So it can resize the GIF. GIF size unchanged, but this doesn't allow me to change the color. What method would you use to change the color? Well, that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out at the moment. Like this tool they gave us doesn't recolor anything, right? Let's see if we find some fun online tool. So let's just take the same GIF here. See if this does anything. Not a live preview. No. I'm just trying out random web pages. So we can crop and everything. This is fun. We can change the saturation, which is nice. But I don't see an option to recolor anything. Because technically I think I use Photoshop and After Effects. Yeah, I have neither. I mean, technically, oh, let's see, we were here already. Ah, tint. The thing is, because the background is black, I think we get away with some really... Oh, this is bad. It's not even green. Okay, so this is out. I expect this to be easy. Let's see. Did you do anything? But it's not a video editor, basically. Let me quickly see, because I have one tool that I could technically use for that. But I'm not quite sure if it supports GIF files. Let me quickly try that in the background before I make like a whole thing with setting it up. Seems like it. The other option, I guess, yeah, let's try that. I hope for like some random online tool to just be able to do that. And it's also like not a quick process now for the stream, right? Like to have like 16 GIFs, 17. Let's see. Here we go. You should see that. So this tool is Luma Fusion, which is like a video editor for macOS and iOS, I guess. Bring this all in. So here we have our beautiful GIF. Let's just see if we can call it somehow. What's your color hex code? My color hex code is $8A400F. Oh wait. Here, it's this one. But let me give it a try with the video editor. Oh, here, this one. Let's see, I'm not an expert with that, but here, color presets. Oh, you don't see it because behind the thingy. Let me just make this. We don't need to forward anyways. So no, it doesn't work. I didn't use it for a really long time. I basically just want sliders, to be honest. Oh, here. Can I? Okay, I have no clue how to do that. Ah, hue. This was the slider I was looking for. So I guess this would work. Something like that. So changing the hue value, of course, does the trick. But can I export this as GIF animation? I can. Let's see. Okay, I have a GIF file. You might be able to use a hex to HSL converter. Oh, that's a good one. But let me actually try. I mean, it's kind of like, because like right now it always plays those two, right? The Voron logo and this face here. Let's maybe try to do it with this one, because then it's easy for us to test whether it worked or not. I think this one is the standby. So this is standby one. Then the question would be, I mean, now basically I have to do this for every single one. Paste. Let's export this one as well as GIF. I guess that. So, okay, let's quickly check the documentation. Now that we have a colored GIF, oh, I don't have it open anymore. Oh wait, they sent us here. Yes, leave. Okay, so we have this. We downloaded the Nomi project. We opened it in VS Code. It's all fine. So we look for the one we have, which right now is what do we say now? Standby, right? Standby. So we look for the one we have. We go to definition, and then standby map, I guess. And what do we convert to? CF true color. And output format is a C array. Okay, let's see what it does. Well, this one is kind of stuck, so that's not good. Let me quickly see. So if we go here, browser, and we say browse, and we see. I lost my desktop. Okay, it's the wrong one. It didn't export the other one, but let's just quickly see. Okay, this downloads a C file, so we then can basically use the C file to. You don't need to do anything in the file, just replace the generated C file. Oh, okay, it's just the C file then. Okay, let me quickly try again to export that. Oop. Here we go. Let me try to export this again. So we say export. And this is standby. For some reason, it got stuck here before. Okay, so this is the standby one. Then let's quickly select the standby one and say convert. Okay, so that downloaded the file. Let's see what we have there. Oh, here. Yeah. So this is this file that was downloaded, standby.c. So now we just need to figure out where this goes. So we're looking for LVGL. Which one are we looking for? LVGL gift.cpp. So this is this one. Yeah, and now, oh, here's standby. And now they say to right click and go to definition. So I guess I right click on give standby, go to definition. No, that's not what I want. Here, you need to click on standby. And then there's standby map. And this is the GIF. Beautiful. So Ballistic, you now say I can just copy paste this entire file. I mean, the only thing I need to make sure, right, is that this name matches. Which at the moment is lowercase, and here it's uppercase. So then let me just copy this entire thing into this file. And then we need to change this lowercase s to uppercase s. And now technically, I mean, this would be this GIF here, right? Let me just quickly. Verify that? Yeah, this is this one. So technically, if I now put this in boot, Okay, this should be now in boot. As long as you keep the naming the same. Yeah, exactly. Naming must be the same. And let's just try to flash that. Let's see what happens. But this is quite a painful process. Like if I have to repeat it now for... How many? It's quite a bunch of GIFs. One GIF, two GIF, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. Quite a lot of GIFs. I wonder if MPEG or Image Magic, most likely you can do that. Because basically all we did now is we changed the HLS value. Or the hue. Oh, failed. The program size is greater than the maximum allowed size. So our new GIF most likely is much larger than the old one, for reasons. Let's see, so here we had 2,800 lines. And the new one has less lines, but they are much wider. So I guess we have to push them through their converter tool. Can you show the settings used in the converter? Yes, I can. I just used basically the standard ones here. Didn't change anything. CF true color, C array. And it's the same what they have here. Oh wait, they changed it. CF raw. Okay, good one, ballistic tech. CF raw. Let's try this again. Do we have anything else we need to change? No, doesn't seem like it. Okay. Let's see. I don't think that Visual Studio Code got that. Oh. Now it's opening Xcode. Perfect. Okay, let's copy that back. Now it's also copying much quicker, so it's much smaller. Yeah, as you see here, now there's not like text till the end. Cool. Now let's try this again. Let's upload. There's a bug in the interface. They talk about in the instructions in the red text, just to be aware. You got me again, because I saw this. I looked at this one here, CF raw. Here, I looked at CF raw. Let's try again. So we select CF raw chroma, and then we select the file, and then we convert. And then let me quickly change that so that it opens with VS Code by default. And oh, here we are. And then we copy this, copy it back, and put here. Okay. Let's see, it failed again, which is not fun. Oh, but it's also much longer. It's 28,000 lines of code now. it was before 2800, so it's like 10 times as much. The bug is that if you select CFRAW Chroma, it will still show, yeah, CFRAW. Yeah, I got that. Like you also see it here. If I change it, CFRAW Chroma, it jumps to CFRAW. So we just click CFRAW Chroma and it should be fine. But then the thing is like, it's like way larger now. It's like 10 times the size than it was before. So let's do the following. Let's push our GIF through their resizing tool. Here. Here. So let's just use this, and then I basically push it through there. The height is 480. That's not the height of the one. Wait, let me quickly check. The original one, as it say, has a height of 210. So we need to say 210 here. That's why it's suddenly like much larger in scale. Okay, so now we have gifgit.gif. And then we need the other tool they have here, the conversion tool. And I have, let's just call it standby here right away. And then we do CFRAW Chroma. And then we say convert. And then here you go. We have this file now, which is still much larger than before. So something is not okay with how I treat the files, because like now this is, yeah, you see like 15,000 lines of code, and before it was like 2,800. So for some reason the size of the GIF completely exploded from what it did. Let's see, just like as a proof of concept, if it compiles, but most likely will still say that it's like exceeding the memory. Oh, it's linking. Yeah, too big. Well, it's a shame. But I mean, what did I do now to make this that much bigger? This has 199 kilobytes, the GIF file. And the original one has 37 kilobytes, so it's like 4 times the size. But then why would that be? Because the dimensions are the same now, right? No, it's not. I didn't resize it properly. That's why it's much bigger. The height is not 210, the width is 210. And then the height, it says now here's 97. Send it to paths. I'll check it in a second, thank you. Let's make sure that this is exactly the same. So we need 210 by 100. So 210 by 100. Let's resize that again. Let's download that. This is gifgit1. Let's call that standby, and we double select CF raw chroma, convert that. It's still much larger than before. I mean, it's better, but it's 5,000 lines of code versus 2,000. So okay, I received the Voron logo from Ballistic Tech. Let me save image. Okay, so this is what I've received. Oh, here we go. That's from Ballistic Tech. Thank you. Let me quickly see. So your file is 48 kilobytes. And the original one is 46 kilobytes. So that is kind of reasonable. So I wonder why my GIF is that much bigger. Oh, your GIF export from the online tool gigantic. Yeah, that's the thing. Like size-wise, it's now exactly the same as before. Like there's no, like from the resolution, it's exactly the same. 210. 210 by 100, we said, right? So I'm not sure what makes the difference here that one GIF is that much bigger than the other one now. Let me quickly try yours and see what happens with this one. I think this is just called Voron, most likely. Yeah, that's just Voron. Let's double check that we have the right one here and then just convert. Cool. Let's quickly check it out. So here we have the Voron C. Oh, but actually it was successful this time. Like it flashed the one I had. Let's quickly do the Voron as well. Let's search for Voron. And then we have here, go to definition. And then we can paste it here. Okay. I guess I have to restart it once. Let's see, so the standby one should now already be colored in orange. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, now it's orange. Still a red Voron, so let's change the Voron as well. Send you an online Photoshop alternative, and then the steps I used. Okay, that's cool. Let me go through with that. But I actually would be interested in also trying out FFmpeg. I think that's a really good idea from you. So let's see. If we Google that, FFmpeg change hue, because that's basically what we did, right? This is not really easy. Examples. I'm looking for examples. Oh, it is the same. Okay, well, let's quickly check out this stack exchange here again, because I think here was shown how it's used. So it's like the VF. Let me see. I quickly need to start my terminal. Let me set it up for you. Oh. Here we go. Welcome to my terminal. So, in downloads, we have the Nomi GIF folder. Let's just, firstly, let me just quickly copy that. Do we need a -R here? Yeah. Just like that we have the original ones. Then we can do basically what the guy is doing here. So we say ffmpeg-e, and then it's Nomi GIF. Let's do the Voron again. And then the Voron GIF. And then we just say Voron test.gif. So this should just kind of copy it. Oh, seems like my FFmpeg is not working. Nice. Cool. Let's see. I just want to quickly completely remove FFmpeg and quickly install again. Hopefully this fixes this weird issue here. See, now I'm stuck on GIFs. I did not expect that I have to change all the GIF colors. I wonder whether it's like that taxing on the chip to just do that hue shift on the chip while playing the animation. Always fun to watch a terminal install something. This would be a huge help for non-coding folks. Combo of the color change branch and an online tool that converts the GIFs to a specified text code. I did not try your GIF yet. I guess we can do it in the background. So I copied it in. Let me just quickly put this in boot mode. And then let's quickly upload that. See? Also takes a second. But if I remember correctly, Ballistic Tech, you told me that like your Recall of Voron logo for your Nomi had issues, right, with animation glitching a bit. I wonder whether this one now has the same problem. Let's see. But hey, the screen sharing is still working, so I'm happy about that. It really takes its sweet time to upload that. And I think my FFmpeg is installed in the background. Yeah, now it's working. So after this is uploaded, we can try to use FFmpeg. I think it would be like FFmpeg would be really cool for everyone, because then basically you can just, I think you can even use globs in FFmpeg, right? So you just point it to the folder with all the GIFs and say like, here, GIF it for me. So is it uploaded? Let's see. So now we should have like the standby animation and the Voron animation in yellow. Standby is yellow, and Voron is yellow. And I don't see any animation glitches. So that looks good. My color may not match perfectly. No, well, it's fine. Like, I mean, like yours is what I determined before with the hex, and then mine is just random. Okay, so let's quickly see what FFmpeg can do for us. So basically, we just have the input, right? So there's the input Voron GIF, and then the output is on the end. Now we just need to add this VF, I guess for video filters. And let's just say hue 90. Same as the stack exchange. Yes, we want to override that. And then let's see how this looks. Ah. Look at that. Now it's green. So this would work. And I think it's much simpler than anything else. The problem is now we need to figure out the hue values. Right? So let me quickly just grab this color code again. So technically we have HSV and HSL, right? I mean, the hue value is 24 degrees. So I wonder whether this is like an absolute number FFmpeg wants, or whether it's like an offset, it's like shifting. So maybe if I just give it 24 here, we already get something. Let's see. We all discovered it together. So if I reload, now it's red. But I shifted it a bit, right? It shifted it a bit. Let me just quickly do 50. Okay, change it. Ah! Okay, so basically you just need to figure out the number you want, right? So you keep the luminance and saturation as is, and you just shift the hue. And it should get you quite close. And to be honest, like looking at that, maybe a bit more, just a tiny bit. Let's just do 55. Oh, no, that's not good. Let's do maybe 45. Now it's a bit more punchy. Let's do something 48. Yeah, this looks good. 48. Do they allow saturation lightness in FFmpeg? Most likely they do. Whether I am able to make it do it, I don't know. Let's see. FFmpeg color correction. Well, here it does something. maybe, let's just quickly try that just for the fun of it. But we remember 48 is what we want. So what we can do, I guess, if we... I mean, yeah, it makes total sense, right? You see, brightness 0.6, saturation 2, and then hue 48. So technically this should now boost saturation and brightness. Okay, let me remove this EQ here. That looks fishy. No. No option. Oh. Let's see. No, this looks a bit weird. We just need to figure out the syntax most likely. Let's just... Oh, sorry. I wanted to show this. Let's just copy this one here. And let's just paste this as is without modification for now. Okay, so this passed. Surprise. Let's see what it did. Oh yeah, so here's the problem. It did change the saturation and brightness, but you can't really see it on stream, but it also brightened up the blacks. And that is of course not what we want. So let me just increase that a bit, just so that we can see the effect clearer. So this is now brightness 0.2, and now you see like it becomes gray. So that doesn't work because it's applied uniformly on everything. The hue shift doesn't matter because black is black, no matter the hue, but saturation... I mean, saturation we could also most likely change, right? So if we only change the saturation, it should still stay black. Yeah, it's still black. I'm not sure if this is more saturated now because already perfect red. Let's do saturation -20. Doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Selective color steal eye option. Yeah, I mean, like, if somebody wants that, they can figure it out. But for me, I think just shifting the hue by 48 is exactly what I want. So this is... It would be nice if it's a bit more saturated. Let's try it. Maybe I can supply 2 VF filters. See if that works. Ah, that worked. So you can just have multiple filters. Let's see. Oh, but now it's red. So the second one overrode the first one. See if I can add this dot here to separate them. No. So we need to figure out how to combine them. But to be honest, like, I'm not super eager to do that right now. I think it's fine if we leave it as is. So what I would rather figure out now is, so we have now this full folder, right? So we now need to tell, so this is our command here, this one, yes. So it's, basically we need to use, can we use like a glob here? No, okay. So we need to quickly figure out how to tell basic fmpeg to convert all the GIFs in that folder with that modification. Let's see. this looks what we want. So kind of what I had here, but not quite. So this is just GIF. And then this is Nomi GIF flash. Oh. No? Oh, there's a mismatched quote. Let's also quickly say mkdir out just to create that. Let's add a quote back. Let's see. No such file directory. Okay, let's Google that again. As all files in subfolders. Okay, we can use find. That's fair. We can use find. So if we use find in Nomi GIF and its name is star.gif, oh, sorry, then this should give us all the GIFs. Now basically just for each of them we can just do this, I think. Oh. Can we do that? No, it doesn't seem like this works. Man, shell for each line in output. Yeah, let's do that. This looks easy. So we use our find. And we say while readline do echo line done. Yeah, and this poops out those again. And now instead of this, we do our ffmpeg command here. So we say do ffmpeg and then I is line. Then we shift it by hue 48 and then we put it to out line. And line is that file name basically. Let's see if that works. Oh. There's a double slash out Nomi GIF. Wait. Oh, the double slash is already here. Let's see, but we can also... Why is there a double slash? This is already in the find command. And this is like Yeah, already fine says slash slash. I wonder why it says here slash slash. I mean, I can now replace that. Well, this gets like way more sophisticated than my shell skills allow. So we say shell, split, and take last. Okay, so we reverse it, we cut it. Okay, let's try that. So we just add another command here. Name equals echo line. Oh, there's a do. So we say name is echo line, reverse cut by slash. And we say out name. Oh, sorry. Oh, my bad. Let's see. Okay, now basically it complains about, oh, it still complains about the input. Oh, I think because the Nomi GIF has the slash here. Let's quickly remove the out folder because maybe we wrote some files at some second. Why does it say no such file directory? It's a bit weird. Oh, it says the K is missing. It says Nomi GIF. I never had such issues with Byte. Okay, let's see. Where could we miss that K? Because the input let's just echo what the ffmpeg command would be. But this looks perfectly fine, right? So we say Nomi GIF home GIF, which exists. Yeah, this exists, that's perfect. And then we say out home GIF, out wait GIF, out AP config. So I wonder. What the problem is here. Why if we run it now like this? I mean, maybe it's just like an issue from the output. Let's assume the K is there. Yeah, this exists. That's weird. One thing we didn't check yet, right? We didn't check the file size. So for some it works. Let's see, so the AP config is 6933. And here it's 37535. So we doubled the size. So they optimized those GIFs in some way, most likely, to make that happen. Because like as soon as you change the color, right, like we had the 10 times increase, now we have a double. But I still want to figure out why this doesn't work for some. For some it works, and for some it does not. Which is pretty odd. Like we see now the AP config, for example, works perfectly fine. Okay, here's what I will do. I'll just run those commands one by one quickly. Yeah, let's just do that. I'm not gonna make a fuss here. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's quickly figure out why it doesn't work. Because like I most likely, we should also check whether we can compress those files a bit. Like the let's see. So ffmpeg give reduce size. So we have a palette again. Maybe that's why those files are smaller, that they have this palette. Wait, let's try that. What happens if we say Nomi, Voron, Voron give palette PNG. Did it now create this palette PNG? Yeah, palette PNG. And now they use this command. So let's just take as the same so we have the palette, filter, complex palette, and then let's say VFU48, which is our like change. Oh, we should have done it before, right? So as a first step, we need to generate the palette from one of the files we already changed color. Now we have a palette. Then I guess it's best to... We have the palette now. So let's use... this as an input as well. So we had the out, home, I think, right? Home gift. What did I do wrong? Oh, there's a random dash. Is there your depth word is behind the heart again? I'm not sure if there is an option. Let's quickly check. So now we should have a home and a home small. And they are the exact same size, basically. So that didn't do anything. The problem is that if I copy the home, give, if I copy this here, now we have 3. I mean, in this case, actually, it's smaller than before. That's funny. So maybe what we do is not too wrong after all. Then let's come quickly back to this problem here. Because if we would solve this, right, we could have 2 steps basically. Step 1 is we hue change all the GIFs, and then step 2 is we use this palette thingy to maybe make it smaller. But now I also saw that there's a dash Y option which overrides. So that's good. But I'm so confused what the issue is here. I mean, it definitely sees the input, right? Because here it's correct. And I don't understand where this arrow comes from. I think there's also real name line. Maybe this. No, definitely not. Definitely not. I mean, we can also just override it back to where we got it from, right? Okay, can't do that. What if we say dot color? Oh, okay. It doesn't like that, so how would we say color underscore line? Oh, okay, yeah, well, that doesn't work either. We can say out slash line. We can say mkdir-p to create all the folders. Oh, now it creates directories for everything. Oh god, why is this so hard? Okay, let's go for the 1x1 option. Maybe one last thing. No. Okay, let's time box this for another like 2-3 minutes. Let's say until 1950. And if it's not solved by then, we use I just run them all 1x1, and then we put them in the converter online, and then hopefully it should work. Because the names are the same, it's just drag and drop them. So basically we take the name. Let's see if the issue is with the name. So if we just echo the names, it looks perfectly fine. Like this is exactly what we want. Line is now also exactly what we want. So I don't understand why here would not be. Because we also have quotes around the things, right? So this should be not really impacted randomly. And it also creates... And now the folder was missing. I mean, some it works. For some it works. How about we'll just run that in the Nomi folder. You just say fine dot. The out folder was missing. Now it says Voron, but with a slash in the beginning. Something is not... Yeah, like it cuts off the first character of the path. It cuts off the first character. I mean, this is one execution here, right? And here it says dot slash after printing. And here it says... Oh no, after printing is fine. Oh, here's an FFmpeg thingy. So it's definitely the input that it can't understand. It's definitely the input. Maybe it's the... Let's try to replace the while. For each line in output. Let's see if we find something else. I mean, there's print 0. Let's see if that does something. Doesn't do anything. Okay, that's also good. Let's see what -r-d does. -r-d. Yeah, but then basically now it doesn't do anything. Now it does something again with the -r. So let's try if we add the -r here. No, it's still the same issue. That's so annoying. Let's see, so and we can try this one. So we say -exec. Like this. Not quite sure about the quotes and everything now. Exec no terminating. Oh, it needs a thing here. No? Okay, that doesn't work as expected. Okay, so if we just print it, oh, there's a missing thingy. Right. So if we say echo line, and then we just say here echo name. Here, something is wrong with quotes. There is one missing quote here. Okay, now we print nothing. So name is now empty. Which makes sense because line is empty. This should be 0. We're getting there. So now we need to add our FFmpeg back. Where do we have that? Here's our FFmpeg command. So if we combine it with the one we had before, whew, then this is 0, and then it's out/name. Oh, we have. Okay. Oh, whoo! I don't see red. Let's quickly remove out and say mkdir out. Did we do it? Did we do it? There's one red. Here. Error while decoding stream. Invalid data found. Okay, that's something else. But then we have all our gifts here. -1, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I wonder which one goes wrong. There must be this here. Weight GIF. Weight GIF has a problem. Yeah, every folder, Ballistic Tech. This is now like search all the subfolders. So this is all the files. But there's also weight GIF here. Okay. Let me quickly see if I just do find, how many does it find? Oh, these are definitely more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, because it's also out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's mixed. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we have all the gifts. Wait, it's only for Wi-Fi. Yeah, maybe. But we can also quickly check. It should be... yeah, it's blank. It's blank. That's most likely why it said like it can't convert it, because there's just no data. Cool. But then praise the Lord in the heavens, we managed it. So we can go to Chrome. And now technically, I mean, I hope now the size is kind of okay. We can use their conversion tool, right? I completely lost here this conversion tool, because we can also select multiple files here. So I'll just select all files that we now did. We select CF raw chroma, and then we convert. And this now will download a bunch of files. Let me quickly clean out my download folder so we don't have like weird name endings and stuff like that, where it says like 1, 2, whatever at the end. Okay, so I delete all the C files in my download folder. I'll just hit download again. And now technically we can just drag and drop those files because the naming is exactly the same. So if we go to VS Studio, so now basically we have, for example, a home C here and we have a home C in my download folder. So I'll just copy all those and I just paste them here. Does it do something? Let me just copy that in the file explorer. And I just replaced all files. And now we see here 14 files have been changed. So these are all the C files and the color settings. And the store is some random file nobody needs. It's like from the file explorer. Cool, so all the files are changed. Let me put this in boot. And now I just hope that we don't run into the issue that we have not enough storage. Let's see. There's the offline version, so we can make it fully command line. That would be actually pretty cool if you just have like one command line you can just run and like it converts all the pictures you want. Hey there, bunny. See? Scanning dependencies. Moment of truth. Will it fit the program memory? It will not. How much are we off? 112%. That's not too much. Okay. Let's see which GIFs are completely exceeding the size. We should see it in Visual Studio, right? Does it say how many? Doesn't say anything. Normally it says like how many additions and deletions. Oh, the diff stopped early. Okay, so that's not helpful. So the question would be which files were drastically changed in size, right? And we can check the GIFs. Let me actually change this. Give me a second, I'll just make it a bit bigger. So these are the files I downloaded. So here, these are the out. Let's see. I think it's more efficient in terminal, to be honest. So the question would be, which of those GIFs changed in size? And why is this green? The home GIF is green. So the question, okay, how do we figure this out? And then also like how do we fix it? Because basically we have to reduce the size of the GIFs. And they're all not horrible. Oh, ha. This one is 300 kilobytes printing. So let's quickly check the printing original. Yeah, I think if we manage to reduce the size of the printing one, we're good, because the original has 160 and the new one has 320. So shifting the saturation will result in a different final color. So start as red. Wait, yeah, I think some were not red in the beginning. So we shifted them all by 48 degrees. So now some are random, but that's okay. I mean, the printing, okay. Yeah, it's green. I mean, but that's an easy fix, right? We can just copy this back. Now it's green again. So that's fine. The home was different red. So now it's different yellow, green. Weird, but that's okay. So my main concern right now would be rather how do we get the size down again? So let's learn about GIF compression. Can we do it with FFmpeg? We tried the palette and it didn't do anything for us. There's a max color. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong. I'm in the wrong browser. My bad. So there's this max colors here, which goes into the filter complex. I'm not sure if we can combine that. I mean, let's just do the following. We run our, I mean, now it's fully automated, right? It's just a script, so it's perfect. So we just check. The important one is, I mean, we see here the big ones, right? The AP config is 350. So let's just focus on the AP config, it's 354. So what happens if we run the script again? But we add this filter complex parameter here. And let's just use this palette gen thingy here. I see lots of errors. Stream specifier as 0. Okay, let's just add a bit more of that. There's something with S0 before that. Still lots of red. Maybe let's not do that as a script, but let's just focus on one. And it's not as difficult to see. So we have the home GIF. And here we just use home GIF. Was it home we were looking at? No, we said AP config GIF. And then we say out slash AP config GIF. Okay. So there's something still wrong. I'd say revert wait GIF and AP config GIF. Potentially, yes. I mean, it would save like already a bit. Let me see. So I'm just not trying to copy some stuff here. So let's just try that again. Okay. There's a warning, but let's see. Did it do anything? No, it's still 350. I mean, the question would be if you just say like revert those, because the weight we can revert for sure. But then the AP config would be the question, how big was it before, right? Oops. And before was 375, so it actually got smaller. So reverting that doesn't make a big difference. But then the question, like some of them got bigger, like the printing, right? We said like it doubled in size. So the printing GIF, like before it was 168 and now we are at 341. So this like doubled in size. And the printing I kind of want, of course. So let's see. So I think the palette is the solution. I don't know what this, sorry. I always press the wrong button. So there's seemingly this tool. Maybe we can just quickly install that. Let's see. So if we say, how do we use that? Well, now I installed it and they don't tell me how to use it. Let's see what GitHub has to say. Optimize your animations. But they don't tell me how. Wait, sorry, but I missed your comment. My IP config is like 36. kilobytes. Yeah, mine is 300. But also the original one is like... Oh, the original one is... I missed a decimal there. The original one, you're absolutely true. So let's just... Yeah. Let's just do the following. I have no clue where I put... So basically... This one is 1/10 of the size. You are absolutely right. And the weight we can of course also replace. Let's see. So now we are at 900 kilobytes for that entire thing. Let's see, home. Let's replace home back. Yeah, no. Home we keep. Nope. Now it's gone. My home is smaller than their home. And let me quickly regenerate them. Okay, so we said AP, I mean, we can just delete the ones we don't want, right? AP config we want, wait, we don't want. Let's just see what happens if we just use those in the converter tool. Maybe it is enough. Oh. If we use those in the converter tool, where is it? Here. Let's quickly reload that page, and then we just select all the GIFs we have, excluding the ones we don't want. We select the CF raw chroma, and we convert. Oh, I forgot to delete the old C files. So now they're all having weird names. Let's quickly convert again. So all the C files are here. Then let me quickly copy them. So first, let's quickly just undo all the changes we made here. Oh, we could also just revert the C files we don't want, right? It would be even easier. So AP config we don't want, so we just discard those, and wait we don't want, discard. Let's try again. That would have been the absolute easiest to do. But I'm still wondering, like, what makes the size of those GIFs so different? Like, it's just the same GIF, it's just the color change. Like, it shouldn't explode like that. It looks like there's a way to use a LUT with FFmpeg. Can maybe just make all colors go to the desired color. Yeah, that would be cool. Like, if you could use a LUT. Like, LUT is lookup table for people who don't know LUTs. Basically, fancy color filter. Let's see. Oh yeah, but now we're at 102%. We used to be at 112. So if we find something else, just a tiny bit bigger. So let's see. We also said that we wanted to have the print OK, right? So this one is 96. And the original one is 15. So if we remove the print OK, let's remove print OK, then I think we would be over the horizon here. Let's see. Let's see. Print OK is just a green check, but like the original one is a green check with 15 kilobytes. And the changed one is a turquoise check with 100 kilobytes. So let's see if those like 80 kilobytes were enough to just make it fit. Oh, it's uploading. Yay! So this was enough. Oh, that only took us 2 hours. Let's hope it looks okay. Yeah, I don't understand how editing the GIF changes the size so drastically. Like only for a few, right? Like it doesn't change for everything. This takes forever. But like so overall, like flashing that is super easy. Success. And now we should have, minus the big VTech logo. Yeah. It's a bit brighter now than I... Oh, it looks like, for me, visually it looks fine. On camera it looks a little bit too bright, but for me it looks fine. Cool. Well, then let's see what happens if somebody would start a print. I mean, now this doesn't quite fit, right? So we need to also change the text color again. But that is easy. So I just, again, like I use this like color picker tool to pick the color from stream. And that's FD-C7-1D. 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 So so basically now I just the color of the text to match the animation. So back in this like color settings HPP, we just changed this one. Oh, you don't see it. It's behind the thing. We just changed this one color value here. Then we press the boot button. We insert the cable. And then we flash it again. And then hopefully we can install it. Wow, I did not expect this like color change to take so long. Again, like I wonder whether it's like so much computational power to, because basically you read all the pixels individually from the GIF anyways, right? Like the GIF is just like a bitmap, if I recall correctly. Just applying like color operation to each pixel can't be that much power. Now it's also like an ESP, so yeah, but I'll definitely write a short manual how to do that. Because like I think the BLTouch is nice, but they kind of omit like how do you change the color of that GIF, which is like the one thing everyone wants to do. But then this is also like obsolete, right? Because this is like the version 1, and for the version 2 you just have it on the screen menu to change the color. So most likely I'm like one of the last people who have to deal with that. %, let's see. We're almost there. Success! Quickly before it's done with heating. That's definitely not the same color. I made it worse instead of better. Let's try it again. But I can also wait. Let me just pick it from the GIF itself, right? 1 second. I don't have to use the camera in between. So, ooh, this is super grainy. FD3703. Let's try this value. FD3703. FD3703. Quickly put this in boot. Let's try again. Yeah, it's a bit annoying now that basically for the animations we have the hue value and for the text we have RGB. That's a bit too bad. And it's not a quick process to copy again. If you can figure out the latter, it will be RGB based. Yeah, most likely. Like if you have a LUT, I guess. Depends how it works. I'm sure. I never worked with MPEG and LUT. But yeah, like I don't know. It's most likely nobody cares about that in like a couple months, because like you just buy the Nomi 2 instead of the Nomi 1 and you can just like change it on display. Nomi 2 is quite an enhancement. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm wondering whether it's a different chip, because like physically it looks pretty much the same, right? But there must be some difference. Like it's a touchscreen, but I wonder whether the chip is just faster, that it can do like the coloring real time, basically. Oh, it's done. Success. Let's see. Let's hope the color gods are with us for this one. It's getting worse instead of better. I wonder why this is so difficult to pick this like color from the GIF. Let me see. I think the problem is that it's like not like it's really bad color values on those GIFs. So let me try one more. 833F04. Last attempt. 833F04. Let me just double check that this is what I read. A333E, not 3F. A33E. Okay, let's try this one more. But now we also have to stop the print again, because I don't think we will have the numbers in a different state. I'll quickly stop that on the side. And then we can flash this again. Let's see. Oh, 2.5 hours to change some colors. That is not good. So 20%. %, almost there. And did we make it? Success. So let's see if we have more success now. But most likely now we can't see the numbers. Yeah, now it's in the idle. I start another print. Yeah, I mean it's not perfectly the same, but it's acceptable. Yes. It's weird. I hate colors. I'm not quite sure because I picked the color from the GIF. Yeah, it looks okay. I can live with that for now. That's fine. If this really bothers me at some point, I can change it, but that's fine. Cool. Then I would say like the software setup is completed finally. Then let's throw it on the printer. So firstly, let's turn it off. The first step. Now it's offline. Very sad. Okay, printer off. Then I guess let's start actually with taking off the software front. But we will have to redo this entire thing. Here we go. Cool. So then basically now we have to take this apart. I guess we don't need a manual to take it apart. And then we have to replace it with this very identical looking tool head. The only difference is the vents on the side where basically fan can pull in air. And the Nomi will sit in front here. And I'm still a bit on the fence whether I leave the foil on or not, like the protection film on or not. It's a bit iffy now here on the side with those air bubbles. Let's see. Okay, let's take this apart first. If I have a fitting. I lost my Allen key for that size. That is sad. Let's use this tool. So yeah, so now basically everything is soldered here. So this will be a bit fun. To take this all apart and put it back together. Technically, I could unsolder those, but I think it's easier to just try to keep them together. I will use tweezers. Just try to slowly work those cables out. Already push out the LEDs. Now remind me. I think the fan goes out first. Exactly, then we can kind of like roll this up from the sides. And then this we should be able to gently pull out. Perfect. And then only the fan is left. And the diffuser. Cool. Now it's bare. Then I guess we can just kind of install this in reverse. The only thing we need to do, the Nomi comes with this little tiny cable here, and we need to route that somehow. So the input is from 5 to 24 volts, so this is super simple. The only thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we route this somehow, somewhere. And we need to figure out how this is intended to be routed. And then there's also this retainer clip, which goes basically on top to hold the entire thing in place a bit more. So yeah, let's quickly figure this out. We do have the documentation here. So it's all fine and good. We connected it to the Wi-Fi, it worked. So basically the Wi-Fi step I did offline because I didn't want to show my Wi-Fi credentials and everything. So yeah, it's super simple. Then here is how the fun starts. How do they route that? They route it basically along the bottom. Oh yeah, there's like a tiny gap here. So they route those cables out there. Let's try it without the Nomi attached. I think that's easier. I guess we just push them through here one by one. Just oh yeah, here. Number 1. Okay, so this is the right opening. Perfect. So now basically this just goes out here, in there. And now we should be able to plug that in. And carefully pull this through as we put the Nomi into place. Yeah, perfect. So that's neatly in here and then just goes directly through that opening here. So that's perfect. So step 1 complete. I mean, we're kind of like ahead of them because we put the Nomi already in there, which is now this step. And then there's the retention clip. Let's see how we put this in. So the orientation is with the 2 little thingies to the top. And then those are kind of like hooks on all sides. So I guess this kind of snaps into place a bit. I'm not sure if this is already in or not. Yeah. It really snaps. Okay, I guess. I'm not sure if this needs to go under or above this little like ridge here. I guess under. Because on this side here, it's like quite low. I'm also not sure if this is supposed to be that low. And here it's a little bit above. I'm not quite sure if they show. No, they don't really show how this is supposed to be. See, can we carefully get this out? No, but there's nothing here on this side where I really can go under. The thing how I had it was kind of okay. No, I guess this is fine. And then let's see if we can place the fan. I can't make it spin. I want to see if it like really spins, but I guess we have to hope for the best in this case. Yeah, there's also like quite a lot of clearance, so it should be fine. Does it rattle or something? No. Okay. Should be fine. Then I would say this is a success. Then let's put in the rest of the cable mess again. So we need to start with the LED and the diffuser, which we should have maybe done before. I don't think there's orientation to that. Yeah, that's in. And then let's try not to entangle that too much. We should be able to push in the LED on top. Which we can. Cool. And then from here on, it's just routing the cable basically back around. There are often sacrificial bridges we still have to cut. It's basically here in those corners, they're like those little bridges. Which we cut out so we can put in the cable. And also up here. Okay. Then let's massage the cables into place. Okay, first 3, 2.5. Now it's in. And then this LED goes in here. And let's also put this one already in. So all the cables. Always amazed how many cables go in this little tool head. Okay. Let's put the rest in here. It's a bit long now. Let's try to maybe pull a bit more cable towards this direction. Okay. Let's just try to pull a little bit here and there. Like evenly distribute the cable. I wonder whether we should already kind of like screw this into place. Let's do that actually. Let's do the cables up here. The fan cables as well. And then we can already like put this in place. And later we just need to solder like 2 more cables to that, right? Which are those 2 here. But I already found a nice spot for them. This doesn't need to be super tight. Cool. Then let's add those fan wires here as well. Let's maybe put in the fan first and then route the wires. Trying to like keep those cables away from the fan. Actually, while we have the fan out, there's quite a bit of dust here already. Do I have... No, let me quickly grab some kitchen towel and we can just quickly clean the dust out here. And, you know, actually, like we can use... I can always get there easy, so let's do it later. So... Okay, fan is in. Let's route the cable. I was a bit concerned with like pushing on the cables with the tweezers. Don't want to damage the isolation, of course. This does not want to go in here. This cable is not really cooperating with this little corner here. That's exactly the same as for the other one. So maybe it didn't like it in there and it doesn't want to go back. Now it's in. Ha, success. And these are silicone wires again, so they're a bit easier to maneuver around those spots. Both of those. And then I guess you can just push them on top here. Oh. This cable is really long. I think I had some loops up here to make rewiring easier. Yeah, I guess the best place to deal with extra wires up here in this area. Let's just pull this up. Put this in here. Oh, that's the last one. Almost in, but not quite. Here we go. Okay, yeah, that's good enough. Maybe not. As most like this cable channel is just really full. No, it's like the last one going on top is not really cooperating. But now it's fine. That should be good. Cool. So we have this little loop here. We just need to deal with that. But now we have two new cables as well here. And now the interesting part is we need to figure out how to connect it. I think that's quite straightforward. Because we have basically a 5 volt and a ground free here. So we can just use those two. Technically we have another two here. It's just a question. I guess it's easiest to just solder it directly here to those two. We just need to somewhat manage. Let's actually also not have those thin ones on the side, so they don't slip out. Let's just tuck them in here. Let's have the fan wires on the outside. Yeah, this is out again. And it's as in as it can be. Okay. Not perfect here, but it's quite a squeeze. Okay, so basically the difficult part will now be soldering those without making a mess. Also, let's leave leave a small loop here as well again, just so we have a bit wiggle room later on in case nothing changes. So I would just go with this length. And then yeah, perfect. Now let's just tin those two up quickly. Most likely easier. I have the cable this way. Always a bit difficult with my soldering iron. Oh, I should probably heat it up. Let's quickly change the tip. Oh. We need a little bit of pin. So the outer one is 5 volts, so let's start with 5 volts. Let me actually just take off a tiny bit, actually from both. Yeah, this one is the one we want. A little bit of This doesn't flow really nice. Let me just add a bit more. Bit more oomph. Yeah, better. Okay, that's one. And two. Quick and simple. And I just need to see how we put those wires around here, but this should be fine. Like, I don't like how the 5V soldered. Let me touch it up again. No, it looks okay. So, and then like all the cables will be kind of here. And it's fine. So 5V and ground. And technically this should be all we needed to do. And now I also forgot to take off the protective film, so the decision whether I keep it on or not is made. Cool. Let's turn this off. Normally I should, yeah, that's pretty. Just my usual sanity check. Just make sure we didn't short something. No, we did not. Yeah, all good. Yeah, 5V. It's quite a cool chip. Like basically it can handle anything from 24 to 5V. So very versatile. Let's see, does it fit? Something doesn't line up. Could be the cables. Could be the cables here under the fan. Make sure to like push them. Right. I think it's the cables. I think it's they're not in here. There's not a cable channel here that we, or I omitted. That's, again, like the thin wires on top is not too good, so let's do first the thin ones and then the thicker fan cable on top. More cables is one thing this tool head did not need. I pulled it out on the side, of course. See? Yeah, much better. That was the issue. It's still not 100%. Yeah, I think now it's fine. Yeah, now it's good. Put in all the screws. Oh, it's also the front is a bit scratchy. Ah. Now I see it in light. I was kind of sanding it down a bit, but I did a very bad job. Or it got scratched up from something not here. That's also possible. It might be something I touch up again. I'm not sure if you can see that on... That's like a bit scratched up here. I think overall, this is how it looks. Technically we can just turn it on, right? I don't think there's much we can check or do. It has 5 volts, hopefully. So, I guess. I'm a bit nervous about turning it on without any checks, but we checked there's no short, so... Yeah, I see a red light here. Here we go. Yeah, the color is good. That's not too bad. Cool. Oh no. Let's give it a second. Maybe we can change the timeout in the firmware, because like if I turn it on, it will always go into state. Cool. And I also, to be honest, I also don't need the Voron logo on here. Like, the face is cuter in a certain sense, and there's enough Voron logos on this printer anyways. Nice looks. Yeah, I like it. It's a bit scratched up, so it's something I need to check up on. But besides that, it's pretty much there. Rescue the music. Cool. Then I would say this is pretty much all I wanted to do for the Nomi. What we can do now is we can fix up this cable for the camera. And I think we had quite a productive evening. Wait, what happens to the music here? 1 second. Okay, cool. Perfect. Yeah. Nice. I will most likely change the animations up a bit. Let's see. But for now, this is a really cool look. And it's yellow, so hey. Perfect. Yeah, then I guess let's turn straight off again and look at our beautiful cables. Let me quickly send the shutdown. That was the shutdown. and off it goes. Cool. Okay, then also put the soldering iron kind of back. So basically, our patient is this weird ass cable here that of course can't stay there. That is not how we like our cables. So basically what we need to do is we need to convince this big plug to go under deck. That's kind of step one. And now I also just realized I forgot to print the mount for that, or design and print the mount for that. So that's something we will then need to do some other time, I guess. But let's take care of this like massive cable here. And yeah, so this is an HDMI cable for the camera, and this is like not nice. So I'm really looking forward already to getting rid of that. I just added it. But yeah, it technically works. It's just like they are like thinner HDMI cables, which I think are way better for that. Let's see. I would say let's first try to wrangle this under deck, and then we can manage it from there. Let's see. I mean, most likely we'll have to. Yeah, I guess it's the easiest way to just lift the deck and kind of like push it in here somehow. Yeah, here we go. We just need to make sure that there's no loop. I guess I first have to take off the bottom panel. Yeah, because now it's going all over the place. Oh yeah, and then we also, there's this one cable that bugs me since some time that I wanted to take a look at. Ooh. So we can actually found this sleeve in my sleeve sample box. It's like perfectly the same color, so we can use this for the one LED cable down here, just to make this a bit nicer. Okay, let's save the 2 screws. And off it comes. Oh, yeah, that's the cable. So, yeah, and this one, if this was like the camera is not a permanent setup, I'll get rid of that. Ideally, like my idea was like to have a shorter cable and mount this up here, but like for now, I'll just whatever makes it somewhat work. Okay. Well, now we just have to not have it below all the cables. Whew, here we go. So yeah, this is kind of okay. So this needs to go over here. So I'm low-key afraid we have to loosen. Okay, if we do that, we have to flip it. So basically, so the deal is with those 4 screws here. that hold this cable channel in place. It's really annoying. Oh god, I'm dropping everything. It's really annoying to position the nuts under there. So I'll try to loosen the screws enough. I mean, we have to fully remove that, like to bring this cable through here. Yeah. There's no way around that. And all the cables make it not easier. Yeah, and there's no way around that. This will be really painful. I think the best thing we can do is like to remove the screws carefully. And hope we don't move the nuts. And if we later can't insert all 4 screws again, then I'm happy without 4 screws. This was really painful without cables. No, I can barely access the screws even. Okay. Let's get rid of this here actually. Oof. I see the bottom screw is still in position, or the bottom nut. So let's quickly, while we have the chance, put this in here. And if this one also grips, we are already... Oh yes, okay, 2 are in. I'm happy. 2 is all I need. But I think this one is also still where it's supposed to be. See, does it? No, see, this one moved. What about this one? Oh, come on. No? No, this doesn't go in, but also doesn't go out. Perfect. Yeah, we already have 2, so the others are optional. I would just love them to be in or out. Here we go. Yeah, but I don't see the nut in there. That moved. That's gone. What about this one now? Yeah, that's also... It's funny because this one wasn't even out. Okay. Well, two is enough. And I also have to remove this cable again at some point. which means we then have to have the whole fun in reverse. So let's see how we route this, but basically it's already where it needs to be at the pi. I would just remove this cable clip here and this one here, and just try to package those two together. If that is something they want. Yeah, okay, it's kind of okay. One is in. Let's see if we can make this 2 for 2. There we go. So, I mean, this is not too shabby, to be honest. It's kind of fine. Let's put the cover back on. And if we would now have I mean, if this would be now here or somewhere, something like this. Yeah, okay, this loop wouldn't work. So this needs to be this orientation. Yeah, I mean, like, if we have this, like, mounted here, this would be not too terrible. But yeah, again, like, this is just a temporary thing. So I think I'll just kind of leave it dangle down here. The only thing I'm a bit concerned with all the, because here we have the buck converters, like this cable is fine, like this can slop around as it pleases. I just don't want to let this bare metal stuff touch anything here. So I think what I will do, I don't have it here, but I just would add a very small strip of VHP tape here on this surface, and we can just put this down. And it's a bit out of the way. And then as soon as we have the new USB camera, we can redo that entire. Let me quickly grab some VHP tape. Give me like 60 seconds. It was hiding. Yeah, let's just use a small bit of that. And just put this here. My most favorite job in the world. peeling VHP tape. Here we go. Let's just stick that here. And then this is kind of out of the way for the next, like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks until we have the new camera. Cool, perfect. And this is kind of done. It's ugly, but for now, temporarily, it's fine. Then this cable is the other thing I wanted to check, or I wanted to check. So the idea was basically to from the point where this like cable comes together up here to just sleeve it all the way down. So basically I have this like orange sleeve, which I think matches really nicely with the accent color I have here. So I would now just remove the JST plug quickly, and then we can sleeve it. Will we be able to remember this? Black, blue, yellow. Let's see if we can gently do that. So we can reuse the connectors. Black, blue, yellow. Just using my fingernails to kind of pull the little nose back up. Okay, I'm trying to not, because I kind of want to keep the braiding intact. Actually, not sure why. Doesn't really matter. Well, let's just use one of those like super cheap cable ties. Just to secure that. And this should be just. Let's see if this works with sleeve. Otherwise, there's another cable tie I can use with a smaller lock. I don't know how to call it. Oh yeah, we also should use some tape. Okay, 5 seconds. Tape. Let's just wrap them, because basically the connectors always get caught in the braiding of the sleeve. And then technically we also don't need this anymore. A little bit of waste, but hey. Cool. And then let's just try to push this up. So the trick is basically just hold it somewhere on the cable and before the cable, push it, and then like you grab the end of the cable, let go, and then like you advance it. Step by step. See, I think this is a pretty much perfect length. Oh, yeah. Cool. Maybe a little tiny bit too long. Let's get rid of the tape. Black, blue, yellow. We should not forget. Yeah, let's actually put the connector back on already. Okay. I think lengthwise, this is not too bad. See. Yeah, it's a bit too long, but technically we can also just move that zip tie a bit, or we can actually remove the zip tie, we don't need it. Let's remove the zip tie here. No, I'm so stupid. I forgot the heat shrink. Who wants to redo the JST again? Oh good, the yellow isn't in anyways. Oh, I think I just destroyed the blue pin. It seems like we will have some crimping action after all. Yeah, the blue pin is gone. Oh god. Okay. Before I not forget again, let's quickly put on the 2 heat shrinks. So, and then let's just move that a bit up. Let's see. So the yellow one is fine, the black one is fine. Now the blue one, I pushed it in. You can see like the blue here, the front one, like the nose is pushed in. Not gonna be able to get it out again. That means we need to crimp all 3. Black, blue, yellow. I'll keep saying that. Okay, yeah, let's just recrimp them. Let's do it properly. Haven't crimped some JST on stream for at least 2 weeks, so. Already brought my crimping set, kit, box, however you want to call it. So I feared this would happen. It doesn't matter with which one we start. One. Two. Those silicone wires are so easy to crimp. like the connector just stays on really easy, like once you kind of like just give it like a very slight squish. Okay, 1, 2, 3, black, blue, yellow. So let's just restore that braid a bit. So black. Blue. Yep. And yellow. Yellow is in, blue is in, and black is in. Cool. Okay. Then let's just move that sleeve basically forward to the plug. And just have the heat shrink against it. And then we can just move it all the way up. Make sure it's nice and tight. One side, I'm going to move it up. It just wants to go over the sleeve again. Position it. And then that's the end. Perfect. Now we have a nice orange cable. So let's just kind of route that through here. Put that back on. Then we had a cable clip somewhere. Also clipped in. Now we have a nice little wire here. Quickly get rid of a couple of things. And also we have an extra clip, so I'm thinking whether we clip it here on the side as well. So it naturally will stay away from the electricity stuff. Yeah, no, it just naturally bends a little bit this way. Perfect, cool. I mean, it's like cable-wise, is very clean. I like that. Then here's our bottom panel. Yep. Black, blue, yellow. Are we certain we didn't mix it up? Yeah. Just to double check, because I'm paranoid. Can't really check. Well, if we mix up, then we kill one LED. There's now our little loop. I guess it's yeah. The heat shrink won't hold. It's like pulled back, but it's fine. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm now wondering, is there any way I can check this? Should have taken a photo. Let me see. Let's just quickly take off the end cap. Oh, we don't even have to do that. We can just take off the cover for a second. And there's the reflector. Yes, this is extremely over-engineered. I feel like there's a bit of glue. Yeah. So you know, now we can peek in and we see that black is on the bottom. And indeed, black is on the bottom. So ground, and then top is power and middle set. Okay, perfect. Yes, it was correct, but now we checked. Completely over-engineered, and then it has a gap in the middle. So that's perfect. Cool. Then let's put that back together. Technically, we can also route a cable something like this. But I think it's nicer to just have it on the side here. Does it need sleeving? No, not really. But we can. And now I finally use this like short strip of orange sleeve that I would have never used. I have a whole bag of like color samples of sleeves. Nice leaving. Thank you, Ballistic Tech. I have a whole bag of like samples, like 20, 25 different color samples. They're all like 10, 15 centimeter long. So it's like you can't really do anything with them. Except for stuff like that. If you see like opportunity, you have to use it. Okay, I'm optimistic everything will work. That's why I'm like tightening all the screws. So electronics wise, the only thing we changed is this connector, and we checked it, so it should be fine. Okay, then 3, 2, 1, magic smoke. Not yet. Let's see, it should Oh no, it won't turn on without me turning it on. Then let's quickly flip it over. We can see the underglow. So it's actually not that messy today. Like it's quite clean. I'm very proud of myself. Oh, we still forgot one important screw. Still have to put the cable chain back in place. Which we maybe should have done before routing the cable internally, but hey. So, yeah, and that's like the main reason I really dislike this cable at the moment. It's like you see like this bending bowing out. Like it's just like because of the pressure of this one cable, which is like not really like wanting to make a bend. That it's really like a temporary solution. And anything but Z-axis I wouldn't do that because yeah, it's just not really meant to be moved that much. Cool, okay, let's try. If we broke something. Let's see. This should be back online. I mean, the Nomi is already connected. There's, by the way, that nice camera from the back. Let's say light printing. Yeah. That was the other complaint I had. Like, it's not bright enough. You can't see it. I mean, here you see it, so it works. But it's also not quite fair because like overhead there's like this massive video light at the moment. So it kind of has to fight against that. But overall, coming together. Let's just quickly start anything. Like on the stream, the color difference between the text and the icon is way more extreme than like if I'm looking at it right now. For me, it's text is a tad darker, but it's not horrible. I can totally live with that. If it wouldn't be on stream, I most likely would have stopped and like tried again like a couple hours later and like fiddled around until it was perfectly the same. But hey, that's fine. Cool. Yeah. We have a Nomi. Like, this information is already so helpful. Like, I really like just seeing the temperature, like the progress of like something like this. But it's also weird. Like, they could have made the GIF in a way that's like looping, you know? It's not looping. I'm not sure if this is because I edited it now, but it's not looping. It's a bit weird. I mean, like, we already saw that there's a quite a limitation from the file size perspective, but I feel like the animations, they could have made a bit nicer. For example, like the Voron logo, when it animates in and out, you know, like you can wait until it's animated out and then switch to animations. Let's see if I'm like really bothered and I'm super bored, then maybe I make my own animations. And don't have to bother recoloring existing ones. Cool, yeah. But I guess that was kind of like all I wanted to do today. Full success. We had the Nomi, we fixed up the cable, we added the sleeving. So one thing I'm thinking about, and I'll kind of like I was at IKEA yesterday and I kind of forgot. But so what I did last week is basically added some automation around my printers. Basically, if the printer's inactive, the plug that powers the printer, like you see the smart plug back there, on the top one is the printer, it just turns off the printer. Like first it sends a shutdown signal via SSH, waits 30 seconds, and then just turns off the power. So now it would be nice, because here in front, in this corner, I have the USB-C. So I was thinking about adding a small push button in this corner here, like just a bit hidden. But I basically can't be from the printer, right? Because the printer doesn't have power. So what I wanted to do, I don't have one in range, but IKEA sells those. Which is like a little button, which is a thread-free thingy from them. But it's a Zigbee button basically, and like super cheap. They're like €9. It's a nice automation. Yeah, like it saves me like €100 per year from my back of the napkin math, which is like quite substantial. Like just like turning the printer off when I don't need it, and then like when I need it, I just like flip the switch quickly, like in Apple Home or in the Home Assistant UI, and it's back on. And then once it's done, it just turns off again. But yeah, so I was thinking about dehousing this button, and then basically just have a small push button in the front, just down here, that basically acts as a Zigbee button. And then the Zigbee is just like any like smart light switch, and then it just turns on the printer if you push that. I don't know. Would be nice, because usually I'm sitting here anyways, and if I want to print something, and you can just press there. Have you seen the skirt panel button mods? Not yet, but I also want to redo the skirt here. So this is kind of like bothering me a bit. Like firstly, I want to have the mesh in here, like it's completely open at the moment. I want to have it a little bit like meshed up. And then the other thing is like, I'm really not happy with the gaps here, which it's kind of like a bit of a thing. So I would have this to be more even, but I also tried, like when I like put this together, like I tried for half a day to make this nicer. But it basically comes down to the different plastic parts of the frame extension having different, like just like they're not like 100%. And then the problem is that this mounting point here, where the main Y beam basically comes in, this is like super important to get straight, because otherwise the entire frame is out of whack. Yeah, bit of a thing. There are DIY version send 5.6 sells some. Basically little keyboard switch for hex skirts. Oh, that's cool. I kind of also have everything I need to build my own. Like I actually have mechanical switches if I want to go that route. But yeah, that would be like something. But I also want to have it like quite hidden up here in the corner. There's like this quarter hex here, where I also put the USB. So it would be nice to just have it up here, this quarter hex. Yeah, let's see. But that's just like in my mind at some point. Maybe if I feel bored, we do that. But yeah, so for next week, I actually don't know what to do. We need to see. There is one project I have to tackle, which we can do on stream, I think. It's a bit boring, it's maintenance. Nobody likes to do maintenance. But what I noticed is that my linear rails get a bit dull. Like you see it here. And it's just a tiny bit of corrosion. On the bottom it's a bit worse, but like it's basically like this. Like it just like starts to corrode a little bit. Which is of course not something I want. So I need to research a bit what to do, but basically we need to coat the linear rails with something. Wrong way. Oh yeah, also here you see it, right? Like it's just a bit downness on the rails. Most likely the problem is that the printer sits on this desk right now 24/7, and this is my stove. So if I cook something, yeah, you see the problem. So if I cook a big pot of pasta, it's just like most likely just quite humid here. And those are most likely not... I don't think they're stainless steel. Do I have some... This should be like slightly... You can't feel it. Oh, they just crash. Nomi just reset. But they're not stainless steel, so we just have to coat them with something. I need to see what is best to use there. I use silicone spray to keep the rails from oxidizing. Cassette, that's one thing. That's a good idea, I think. I do have... It's out of reach, but I have a WD-40, which technically should also work, but somebody said that it's like degreasing. I'm not quite sure if that's correct, but yeah, silicone spray would be one thing. I also thought about just using grease and just like applying like some grease on the rail directly, because I have like the big tube of grease. If I just like rub it over the over the rail as a thin film, this should also do the job perfectly fine. I haven't done anything interesting with my V0 RGB LEDs. They just turn on and stay white right now. Oh, that's boring. Like I have 3 states. I have the printing state, which controls the top bar here. And the bottom ones go to yellow. The Voron logo goes to yellow, and the ones on the south one and the bottom go to white. And then I have the pending, which looks like this. So everything is red. And there's something wrong here. We had this before. I have no clue where this disco comes from. And it looks cool. I take it. Now it's red. So this is the pending state. So the top is 20% and the rest is all red. And then I have the off, which is off, and this is like very slightly green. It's actually a good idea, Realistic Tech. There's this like animation thing, right? Like where you can make animations. That would be cool to have like some animations, especially with the bottom RGB things, right? Maybe you can like while it's like heating, go back and forth or something. So that would be cool. Maybe that's a good idea. We can play around with that. On the V0, I do have RGB LEDs in the V0 as well on the sides. But yeah, let's see. So that would be one thing. The other thing is we can, depending if the camera already arrived, we can swap out the camera. And if not, we can also just have a tune, print and tune stream, because I need to spend some more time tuning this. Especially retraction is not where I want it to be. Like there's a lot of stringing, which is not nice. Yeah, so linear rails fixing, tuning, RGB LEDs, we'll figure something out. But we are slowly at a point where this is more or less ready. Cool. Then, thanks everyone for tuning in. I would call today, and see you next week.